Everybody ready? Come on, let's go. The Rick Thorne Show! Let's go! The Rick Thorne Show! Let's go!
Hey, yo, what up? This is Rick Thorne. Welcome to the show. How's it going? I still don't know, Jeff, I don't understand why that's our intro song is not on K-Rock. You know what I mean? It should be, that shit should be on K-Rock.
I submitted it twice.
Try it again. Hey, yo. So check it out, dude. I'm psyched you're here. Thanks for tuning in. I got a good friend of mine. He's a musician. Just started his own company. We met. He's a radio host. We met years ago. We reconnected. I'm stoked. You got some stuff going on. I'm glad you're on the show. Greg Dickson, what's up? Put your hands together for Greg. Yeah.
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude. I'm stoked.
Good to see you. You know what? I actually want to start out by saying thank you to you. You know, the first time I'd ever met you was, I think your band and my band shared the stage at Brick by Brick in San Diego. And we were opening up for you guys. And I was so excited. I go, that's the guy from Mall Cop.
Yeah.
And I was like so stoked to meet you. And, you know, you've always been super grounded, super polite, and always taking time out of your day and
Not
schedule
anymore
for
with this
me.
show blowing up. It's gone to my
Well,
head, dude.
I want to say thank you for who you used to be. Thank you for always
Podcast is blowing up. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Thank you for always being so nice to
I'm
me.
kidding,
No,
brother.
but thank you, brother.
Yeah,
it means a lot. It does.
Thank you. Hey, man, thanks. And thanks for mentioning Mall Cop. I just got a $600 royalty check.
Nice.
Woo!
My kids and I used to watch that movie all the time.
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
love that movie.
Yeah, it was good. What was that show, Brick by Brick? Did we? It was. Me, you?
No. You know who it was? It was funny you bring that up. It was with Mike Valet.
That's what I was gonna say.
And we just played with him 2 weeks ago with Lagwagon and Adolescents at the Garden Amp.
Yeah, I saw that. So, but that was a different band. He was with Revolution Mother.
Revolution Mother.
When he did that, when he had that band,
Yeah.
and that was back in like what 2000? I don't know what that was, 15 or something.
Well, it's funny because everybody was like, "Oh, we're gonna play with Mike V, Revolution Mother." I'm all, bro, Rick Thorne. Like I was just so stoked to meet you.
Mike V. You know what's crazy about me and Mike V is we did a lot of stuff together through the years of like the X Games and all that kind of stuff blowing up, and it was crazy how we both ended up in Mall Cop, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But none of that was ever planned. It was just kind of like, you know, at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mike's cool, dude. I'm glad he's doing his thing. He's got his band. And how was that Garden Amp thing? That was his festival.
That was
right?
his. It was so amazing. We were so grateful to be a part of that. It was 2 days. Lagwagon headlined both nights. We played the second night with Mike V's band, and we played.
It's Mike V and the Rats, and your band is Toxic
Energy.
So those that don't know,
Yeah, and it was trippy too because Mike opened the show. And we played after him, so we played second. And I'm like, whoa, what? Because he just wanted to get there and play and hang and shake hands and see all the bands. He wanted to get his job out of the way. That's what I was told anyhow. But it was great. It was super successful. It was a lot of fun, good attitudes. All the bands ripped. Adolescents, Voodoo Glow Skulls killed it the night before. Lagwagon, everybody did a great job. And he couldn't have been the nicest. He was the nicest guy ever.
Oh, yeah, he's cool.
You know, he's
Mike's
great.
cool,
He's great. He couldn't have been any nicer.
Yeah, well, when I looked at that festival that he did, and he presented it with the Garden Amp, it's like you're wearing these hats, you know. And I know that he did a photo show with, it said Spike Jones had some. He's another good old friend of ours. Had some photos there, so I think he had like a bunch of things going on. And when you do that, sometimes you just kind of like. You want to play, but then you got to like, okay, I got to play, and then I got to go do this, or I got to do that. So sometimes it's a blessing to be DIY, layering that type of stuff, but sometimes it could take away from the one thing you want to do, maybe. You know, because that's just from experience.
Yeah.
You know, when you but you're a guy that does a lot of things. I remember you do a lot of radio.
I got into radio. I got into radio late. Like I got into radio kind of by accident, and I ran with it. You know, I worked hard.
Yep.
Sin Dog from Cypress Hill really helped me a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
in what way?
He was like one of my first big guests. And
what was your show again? Because I came on your show.
It was the
years
music
ago.
show.
Right. And what channel was that on?
I remember I started on Chaotic Radio. Remember I was on that place up in the IE.
That's it. Yeah.
And that was a beautiful facility such as your guys' is here. And that was kind of my stepping stone. And then I went to KOCI, a terrestrial show. Then our band got picked up on Faction Punk on SiriusXM, so I started kind of dabbling with that a little bit.
I used to do voiceovers for that.
With Will Pendarvis.
Yeah,
right?
I did voiceovers at Sirius Radio for like 7 years. So I probably said your band coming up next on Faction.
Yeah, it was
All that.
great.
Yeah.
That was so fun, and we're still getting songs played there and on Faction, and we deal with Colin a lot up in he's in Jersey. He runs a lot of the stations.
You got SoundExchange, bro?
What?
No, not SoundExchange. It's called Sound. What's it called? Where you get royalties from internet play.
Yeah.
What's it called? Sound. Is it SoundExchange? I think it is.
Well, I don't know that part of it. Our bass player Brian Jones, he handles a lot of that stuff.
I think it's SoundExchange. Anyone listening? Yeah. They pay you for all your satellite radio. It's different than ASCAP and BMI. It's called SoundExchange, and I've been with them for years.
I'm gonna have to ask him about that.
Ask them because they go back and pay you when your shit was played on any satellite radio, so it pays for satellite radio because ASCAP and BMI doesn't pay for that shit.
Okay, that I know we have, so I don't know about the other one. I'm gonna have to hit him up when I leave here.
And also too, you can only do one or the other, just for the sake of saying. With music, you could either do ASCAP or BMI. You can't do both.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, because BMI is more kind of like performance royalties, if I remember right, and ASCAP is more for radio. So I signed with ASCAP. But SoundExchange is something completely different that pays you for something ASCAP BMI does not pay you for.
That's good to know.
Look into it, bro, because
sure.
if you were on Sirius Radio even back in like 2015,
Yeah.
it can go back.
Yeah, we got picked up on Sirius during COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got picked up during COVID. We did an
And that wasn't too long ago.
No. We did an EP at Screaming Leopard Fletcher's studio. And
Fletcher from Pennywise.
Yeah, Fletcher. Those guys have been, Fletcher and Jim have been nothing but great to us. I mean, even just seeing Jim up on the wall right there too. Like,
yeah, he was a guest here. I gotta get Fletcher in here. He's gonna break some shit though.
Yeah, those guys they've got in our corner and they helped us tremendously. And we recorded an EP at that studio up in Hermosa. And
did they help you with shows as well, or more just recording?
Shows are kind of something we're working on right now. We opened up for Pennywise at the New House of Blues. I don't know what year that was. It was H2O, them, and us. And
do you think with bands though,
Fletcher does help us with shows a lot. Fletcher came in and did all our guitar levels. Jim came in and sang on a song with me, and then throughout the years, Fletcher's helped with so much stuff, and so is Jim, and it's weird, right? Like, it's a trip. Like, so kind of give you like the.
But let me ask you something real quick.
For sure.
Hold your thought real quick.
Okay.
Because I want to get this out. Bands though don't really. Can they put you on a tour? Can they put you on a show? Or is there so many people that get in the way of that, of like agents or someone that has a venue that says, well, I want this band to play because they feel like they could pull more ticket sales? Has that happen a lot? Or do bands like Pennywise say, no, this dude's opening up for us? You think they have say in that?
They do.
Or do you think their label does more, or their management?
I think that if
not Pennywise in general, just any band.
In my opinion, I've learned that it typically depends if it's a package tour. So like if it's like let's say like the Vandals from Leave Home Booking, Stormy's gonna put Leave Home Booking bands on that tour.
Because it's in her best interest.
It's in her best interest.
Those bands.
Yeah. So I think it works in that aspect.
There's politics when it comes to that. Yeah.
And we have relationships with a lot of talent buyers, whether it's the Observatory, House of Blues, and St. Rock reaching out, going, "Hey, you need support on this show or whatever." And sometimes that works out if it's just like a one-off, or they don't have an opener, or the headliner only has direct support. They need a local to kick it off. So I think it's different every show.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So what was
every band.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if Jim or Fletcher goes, we want this band, it's happening.
Yeah.
You know how Fletcher rolls.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Fletcher make it happen for sure. Yeah.
He makes it happen.
But
nobody says no to Fletcher.
No. He's dude. Those guys are so rad.
I love him and I love Jim. I love everyone in that band. I can't emphasize how much they've done for me and my band. Pennywise and has just been so great to us, and it just it sometimes could just bring me to tears, because I remember just being a kid.
Do we have any Kleenexes,
right?
Jeff? Falling
in love with Pennywise, and then all of a sudden I'm like, homies with these dudes, and I'm like, wow, it's even like with you too, bro. Like, it's
hey, well, listen, bro, you're a rad dude. Check it out. When you were a kid and you said, dude, I love baloney, and then did you ever say shit like this, like, we'll marry it then? Did you ever say that shit? We used to say that all the time. Me and my sister. Oh, I love that. Marry it. Shut up. So, would you marry Pennywise?
Or F, marry, kill. You got to F one, marry one, and kill one.
Yeah. I love this man. Would you marry it? Hell no, I'm marrying it.
Or you're on a sinking ship. You can only save one person.
I did that 3 times with the divorces. I saved myself.
Oh, jeez. That's another podcast.
I saved that shit, bro. I'm out. Anyhow, so back to the music. You had a thought, though. I cut you off.
Yeah, no. I wanted to elaborate a little bit on, like, growing up. I'm originally from the South Bay area, up in the Hawthorne area. And I grew up, out there. And then, it was just my mom and I, we came up pretty, poor. My dad wasn't around. And then my mom, she was, always juggling 2 jobs and whatnot. And then we ended up moving to Baldwin Park. And that was even worse, and I fell in love.
In what way?
Just gangs, poverty where we lived.
You think Baldwin Park's worse than Hawthorne, or was back then?
It was back then. I think where we lived in Baldwin Park was a lot worse. And I fell in love with heavy metal music, back then. But then I also loved, like, Duran Duran and The Cure and
yeah.
And then I loved, like, Run DMC and LO. I love hip hop. I still love hip hop to this day.
I don't.
You don't?
No, I like the old stuff.
Well, that's what I like is old hip hop.
Yeah, the new stuff. I mean, I don't really pay. I mean, maybe it's because I'm older and I'm like,
I'm the same way. I don't like new hip hop.
Some of the stuff that, like, maybe in my where I'm at in my life.
Yeah.
Or and earlier hip hop probably had more of a impact on us as kids. Because how old are you?
I'll be 52 next month.
Damn, you're done, bro.
I know. I'm on the back 9.
It's over, bro. It's over.
But I'm the same as you, like the old school hip hop. That's what I was into.
Yeah.
And so it was hard for me because, like, I got picked on a lot. I got beat up a lot. I got in a lot of fights at that time because I was essentially kind of a poser. Like, I'd be breakdancing in, like, a Motley Crue t-shirt, you know what I mean? But
sick, you breakdance too? Yeah, I did too, bro. I broke dance with the Rat's Tail and a Beat It jacket. That's how bad I was. I was super confused, bro.
So was I.
Yeah, but the media back then was like, anyone listening to these kids, media was like, breakdancing was like what X Games was. Before X Games. It was like breaking. They made movies about it. It was everywhere. It was all the commercials.
Yeah.
And as a kid, like 2 years is a long time.
Yeah.
But that shit was only around for a couple years.
Yeah, very short-lived.
And then it was, then it was like punk rock, hip hop, and then punk rock, and then action sports, and then blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So we're kind of on the same page of these phases that before that it was probably roller skating was the craze.
Yeah.
And everyone in Venice is roller skating.
I still do love roller skating.
You know what I mean though? Like the media pushed that for like a year or something or 2 years. But yeah, so anyway, so go back to saying, so you're breakdancing in a Motley Crue shirt.
Yeah, and it was rough,
Did you spin on your head?
No.
Did you spin on your back?
Yeah.
How many times? Like one
I
and a half
don't remember. A couple, maybe like 1.5 knee spins. I was into it.
And then you could pose it at the end, like, what's up?
Then I got into pop locking.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
And then, like, but then I would go
Can
home.
we get a little bit right now?
No.
Can you bring some back? I'll do it with you. I'll do it with you.
I'm good.
Oh, let's do the come on, let's do the robot. Come on, Greg, something, dude.
I don't got nothing left.
Could you spin on your knee?
No. I'll still go to, like, the Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet and dance, though, to the oldies.
Break dance?
No.
You pull it with your own cardboard and shit and pull it out?
Right? Remember those days?
Dude, I had my parents take cardboard. Or I asked them the back patio. We had like it was little, it wasn't that big. And we put cardboard all over all of it.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. And I had a Michael Jackson fake Beat It jacket I got at Kmart.
That's so rad to hear that you were like that as well.
Yeah.
As I get older,
I was a loser too.
Yeah. It was bad. But then I'd go home and, like, listen to Maiden or something, or Duran Duran. And I remember on Halloween.
You were fighting like, no, I got to break dance. Maiden.
I was Nikki Sixx every year for Halloween until I was, like, in the 7th grade or something.
You know what Nikki Sixx is every year for Halloween? Nikki
Sixx.
Yeah.
Oh, I wore my mom's boots. I had the lines under the spike tail. I did it. Remember the parachute pants with all the zippers?
Oh yeah, I had those too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my shit was all knockoff shit, bro.
So was mine. We had no money. We were on food stamps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I could still tell you like what the food stamps look like in the paper.
Dude, I could too, because check this out, bro. I could relate to this. My grandmother was on food stamps, and that's how I was raised in her house for a while. And so I would take her food stamps and go buy cigarettes for her, get the change. They would give you change back. I was a little kid, give her the change, and then she would go play bingo with that shit.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
I
dude.
did not know that.
Yeah, back in the day, they used to give you the change back, and as a little kid, you could buy cigarettes. No one questioned you.
Well, do you remember? Did anyone ever send you to the liquor store with the note to buy cigarettes?
No. Oh, you had that?
Yeah, and out there, we had a local liquor store, and
So you had to have a note.
write a note, and you could buy your parents smokes.
Yeah, no note. I'm from Kansas City. They didn't give.
Oh, that's right. You are KC. Chiefs.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Well, so back to that. So it was rough.
Yeah.
And then, my mom walked me down to the Baldwin Park pawn shop and bought me my first guitar. And I learned Paranoid. And
shit.
I played it in the talent show at Margaret Heath Elementary in Baldwin Park. And then I got everybody
Wow.
kind of respected me.
So then
and
that's when
I
you-
played it on one string.
That's when you sold out breakdancing for fucking.
I put away the parachute pants.
You're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So
Yeah,
then-
so that's
then-
how I got into it. Yeah, to playing.
So did you want to play guitar? Or is it something your mom bought, or did you ask her?
No, we had a family friend that lived in West Covina, the next city over, and he played in a speed metal thrash band. He's kind of like my cousin. And he had a band called Heathen, and they would all jam at his house, and that's how I started getting into music. And so I would go there and play their equipment, and he was a big Sabbath guy, so that's when I started learning about like Tony Iommi and, Randy Rhoads, and really got really, really into metal. Then I got into like Metallica, James Hetfield. I really am a big Hetfield guy. And I did the whole metal thing for a while. At the same time, I still loved new wave, and I still loved hip hop. And then we moved to Orange County, and I learned about ska music. And I took a mean shift into ska music. And I wanted to put a ska band together. And so I went and...
What year was that?
I was in the 7th or 8th grade, so I don't know, like 85, 86 maybe.
So ska was big in Orange County at that time?
Yeah, it was.
I always thought it was more like Adolescence and Social D and that, but there were still ska bands.
Yeah, well, ska was like back then. It was like these bands like Donkey Show and the Skeletones, and no doubt,
Skeletones, yeah.
There was a place in Anaheim called the Stomp Box right across the street from Angel Stadium on Gene Autry, and in 7th grade I decided to join the band at school, and I picked up trombone because I wanted to play in a ska band, and I really fell in love with ska. And at that time, like, even some of the old time ska dudes would call me like a new breeder or whatever and give me a hard time because I fell such in love with ska that I almost fanboyed out over it. And now to this day, I probably know more about ska music than those dudes do. But anyhow,
yeah,
yeah, and you know who you are too.
Yeah,
no,
you don't know shit, bro.
So we put a band together. We were trying to put a band together, and it was terrible. But No Doubt played in the next room, so we got to see No Doubt.
No Doubt.
No Doubt.
That's No Doubt.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that was rad. And I became friends with Eric Stefani, and I became friends with that whole band.
Her name's Gwen.
And Gwen.
Oh, Eric, is that her brother?
That's her brother. Yeah, her brother.
Dude, I got
keyboards.
starstruck with her. I know a couple guys from that band.
Yeah.
What's the drummer's name?
Adrian.
Yeah. I know him. I know, not like we're bros, but we toured. We did Warped Tour and stuff. And what's the other guy's name that used to date Gwen in the band? Didn't they date? What's his name?
Oh, Tony.
Yeah, I know Tony.
Tony Canal.
Like we're cool.
Yeah.
But like when I would call each other, but we see each other, hey, how you doing? But when they did Warped Tour, did a lot of different festivals back in the day where we would do one day. Like
Right.
one day we did. Speaking of No Doubt, I just want to share this. We did like at the Ozfest one day because Warped Tour stopped by, and we did some tour where No Doubt, because No Doubt did first Warped Tour, but years later I think they played a couple shows because they were intertwined tours or something. And I remember I was walking my bike through the buses back to our bus, and Gwen came around by herself and said, and she said hi to me, and I said hi. She's getting on our bus. I was so like starstruck.
Yeah.
She's awesome, and I was like, God, it's Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
Like, and that was probably like back in like maybe, I don't know, early 2000s or something.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So you were there. So when they were playing, that's before they were popular.
Yeah, they were just jamming gigs.
Did you ever
and
meet them and hang out with them? Or
yeah,
converse,
yeah.
or-
I remember. So that's so kind of. I'll give you the quick version of it. So we had a band and we were trying to put a ska band together, and it's hard, you know, and it just wasn't working out.
Yeah, bands aren't easy.
Yeah, especially a ska band in high school. I remember we had this one dude. He was like 20 years older than us, and he's old school rude boy show up. He always had like a fifth of Jameson in his pocket, and he was like just looking for a band. And we were kids. I remember Eric used to let me bring my trombone in to the No Doubt room, and I'd be, oh,
Why is it hard for ska?
maybe I'm in No Doubt. No, maybe I'll try for No Doubt. And my one buddy, he ran with it. He goes, bro, I think maybe, you know, there might be, because, you know, horn players, they turn over a lot in ska bands, you know. But it was a joke, and nothing like that ever did happen. But at that time, we were kids, and we're like, because No Doubt was, to me, No Doubt was hands down the best ska band. They could wipe the floor with anybody. They were in
Better
the
than the Aquabats?
yeah, in my opinion, and that's when John Spence would sing with her, rest in peace, and I remember going
Better than the Bosstones?
yeah, in my opinion.
I know, I'm just playing with you.
Yeah,
Keep going.
yeah,
I'm
I
just
think so.
interrupting you to be a
No,
jerk.
it's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good. But I remember going to the Whiskey at like 16 years old, 17 years old, and No Doubt was just a ska band, and the line was already wrapped around the building.
Yeah.
Like, and they would play at a place in Riverside called Spanky's. They jam all over the place, and they were just friggin' awesome, man. They were Tony Canal was so good on bass, and just Eric was like the best keyboard player, and they had these like ska roots that were so just like
Yeah, they had all the elements. for
yeah,
sure.
dude, it was really I'm so, and kind of like the break
And where they were from helps a lot too, especially
Sure.
at that time. OC, Orange
Right.
County. That's pretty. You know, I got a theory about this about California. Pre-internet, California, because I'm from Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
California was the dream. We'll hold the thoughts about No Doubt and
For
ska
sure,
music
for
for a
sure.
second. Was the dream.
Yeah.
And then once the internet came, it's like, is it anymore? Because people are more accessible to everything. Styles opened up everywhere. You don't have to go to California to be this thing or be this person. But back then you had to. So if you were a band from Orange County, it was kind of like you were like not exotic, but you know, you were like, oh, you're from California and you're this thing. And then I think that kind of got really diluted a lot because of the internet, and scenes popped up everywhere. And also, you know, the fact that everything costs so much out here. California is still badass, and I love it. But I'm just saying that it's different now, I think. Bands could come from anywhere. They don't have to be like this band that's from this specific spot in order for people to live through and be like, oh, they're from California or this or that. I think it's more wide open for people. So back then, they had all the elements of that.
Right.
Pre big internet days and stuff like that. Not to take anything away from them. They're still amazing.
Yeah.
But all those elements do help.
Oh,
when it comes
absolutely,
to marketing.
yeah.
I mean, come on, let's be real. You know,
Well, and I don't think but even like you were saying, like with bands, like take a band, for instance, like it might not be your jam, but like a band like 21 Pilots, right? They're not from here.
they're
And
fine,
look how huge they are, right? I mean, they're not a California-based band.
look at Iron Maiden, dude.
Look at Maiden.
Hey, you got the same last name. You guys related?
No, I'm Dickson. He's Dickinson. I'm Dickson.
Did I say Dickinson when I introduced
Yeah.
you?
That's
Did
all
I?
good.
It's Dixon?
Dixon.
Dang, dude. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you correct me?
It's all good. I don't.
This is, we got to start over. This isn't Greg Dickinson. This is Greg Dixon.
Dixon.
Dang.
Searched the wrong guy.
Well, why is it not spelled with an X?
You know, I don't know, dude. That's a trip, huh?
Yeah, I thought it was
It's
Dickinson.
not. Then maybe I'll get some free Dixon flannels.
Yo, what's up, Dixon?
Yeah,
Hook 'em
what's up,
up.
Dixon
What's
Flannels? Hook it
Yeah,
up.
what's up?
No, but
Okay, well, take two. So, hey, everybody, I'm here with Greg Dixon. Hey, I flunked English, bro. I'm proud of it, bro.
I didn't
You
do
know what
good
I
in
mean?
high school either.
Yeah, that's why I call everybody dude and bro. Even my
Right.
kids, I forget
Right.
their names sometimes. My daughter tried to call me dude once. I was like, no, dude, that ain't it. And she still does. She still texts me, bruh. And I'm like, she's mad. I'm like, dude, don't call me bruh.
I
Your
remember
dad.
when you brought the kids to the station.
Yeah.
They were young.
I know,
A
now they're
long time.
old.
Yeah, they got up there. How old are they now?
My daughter's going to be 19. My son's 17.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, they both moved out.
Yeah, I
Anyway, that's a
know.
whole other story.
Yeah.
So anyway, ska music, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so then so you started playing ska. So you were into metal.
Trying to.
You were trying to. And what was the name of the band? Did you ever start a ska band?
No, we never got it off the ground. We just got into the studio all the time and just never went anywhere. And then what did I do after that? I think I just kind of like, just went to shows. I didn't do anything musically for a long time after that. Oh, but you were saying about the No Doubt thing. Back then, real quick, that's when Eric, her brother Stefani, great guy, her brother Todd, just saw him not too long ago, super rad dude. Eric started doing the layouts for The Simpsons.
Oh, wow.
Remember the cartoon, right? And so he was kind of really super involved in that. You know, he was a great artist.
With The Simpsons, you're saying?
He was just a great artist in general, but he started doing that. And I remember there'd be a couple of times after the rehearsals, they'd invite us over to their house to watch The Simpsons.
Oh, wow.
And that was really neat. You know, that happened a few times, and that was a lot of fun. And so then, yeah, that ska was big. There was a lot of bands that, you know, like the traditional bands, like, you know, the Toasters, Madness, Body Snatchers, all those dudes, right? They were all there, but like there was a lot of these local bands like the Specs and the Untouchables and bands like that were just so fun. And I loved the apparel of it, like, you know, the tapered Dickies, the Fred Perrys. I liked dressing like that a lot. And then there was a big like white power movement, and if you were a rude boy or a
in the ska there was?
Yeah, like nobody.
I was just getting ready to ask you, what was ska like typically? Like I've been to so many shows, but I never even thought of this because crowds are hardcore crowds different than a punk crowd,
right?
Different than a metal crowd, yada yada yada. Nowadays things cross over, you know, go everywhere. But like, what were ska shows different back then? Like the crowd and the demeanor and like the, you know, the dance and everything, or was it more like, you know, like if I knew I was going to go see Gorilla Biscuits back in the day, I knew what the crowd was going to be like. I knew the people that were going to be there. I knew what to expect. Was ska different though? The dress different? Was people move different? Was it, or was it just like another punk show?
No, it would depend. Like you'd have your traditional rude boys that would wear like the loafers and the tapered.
When you say rude boys, you're talking about the skinheads and stuff?
No, rude boys were like, you know, like they were dressed real fine, you know, like ties, like almost like a mod in a way.
Oh, okay, that's
right?
rude boys. Got it.
Right. And then you'd have.
But they really weren't rude.
No, that was just the slang for ska, rude boy, rude girl. And then you'd have like
I learn something new every day.
You'd have oi skinheads and two-tone skinheads. If you didn't know any better, they looked just like a skinhead. And at that time, they would wear a flight jacket, Docs, braces, and Dickies.
Yep.
And they were oi skinheads or they were ska dudes, but they had a shaved head and they had a flight jacket and they were wearing Docs. And white power skinheads were a big thing. Remember, that's when the whole Geraldo thing was going on and the chair got thrown and all that.
And Orange County had a big movement with that.
Big movement with that. And so it was really hard to be ska or an oi skinhead or something back then. That's when Sharp started, Skinheads Against Racial Prejudice.
And they dressed just like skinheads.
Just like skinheads.
So it was hard to distinguish the two.
So before you're going to get jumped by 10 dudes, you got to like, oh, let me explain this to you. You know, we're oi skinheads and la la la. I mean, that didn't happen. They just came after you.
Was it a more kind of a shoelace thing if you wore white
Sometimes,
laces?
yeah. That was a thing for a minute too.
Yeah.
The color of your laces. That was a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. So hey, I'm gonna back up for a second.
Yeah.
You know how everybody's tripping out about AI shit? Think about this. The Simpsons is AI.
That's a good point.
Mickey Mouse is AI.
That's a good point.
Roadrunner is AI. Kids are gonna grow up with AI actors. It's no different than watching, you know.
That's true. It's a good point.
Right? Think about it. Because The
know.
Simpsons is a Family Guy.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon, but it's like an AI thing. Right?
Yeah. Very. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Trip out.
I just had that thought. Anyways, so back to the scene. So if you went to a show that was ska, you would have all types of people.
Mostly ska people, like that were into ska music.
And the dress and the vibe and that. But then you would have the occasional, like, maybe someone show up that wanted to cause some trouble. Because shows weren't really like, at least in Missouri, shows were a lot different back then.
It was like,
people caused trouble and there was really no like security. Do you know what I mean? There was, but there really wasn't. You know what I mean?
Well, there was a big thing, like it was funny. We used to all hang out at like Knott's Berry Farm on the weekends. And that's where a lot of the rude boys or ska people would get jumped by different ethnicities that thought that they were racist. And they're like, nah, we're just ska. Like, we love like ska music,
Oh,
and
so
a
you're
lot
saying
of ska
someone would
music.
go there, and then they would get jumped by, like, say,
A gang from Baldwin Park or Anaheim.
they'd be like, "Yo, fool, you
Yeah.
guys are skinheads." Like,
Yeah,
no, we're not.
yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So you're labeled right out of the gate, you know,
Just by how you dress.
Just by how you dress, yeah. And
That's
you know,
why people look at us weird. Mm-hmm. The way I dress.
well, this is
They
normal
think,
now.
No, they think I'm
like,
homeless. They're like, "Who is this son of a bitch on this bike?" No, I always joke about that. I'm just kidding. So then things, but are things still like, things are different than now?
No, so back to your point
mean-
about like the breaking, right? Like, so you said breaking was very short lived. I feel the same way about ska music. Like, that was such a movement in ska that it was like, if you were alive in those 2 to 3 years, then you really got to witness something super special. Kind of even like Metal on the Sunset Strip. Remember, like, you didn't live here, but like in the 80s, that was such a movement that nobody will ever get to see again, and it will never happen again. Like, you go down, like, you're in Hollywood all the time, but like back in, like, and I was very young, I caught just the tail end of it because I could go, but like places like Gazzari's and the Coconut Teaser, and when Guns N' Roses was coming up, and Motley Crue and Van Halen, and it was so big and theatrical. But again, it was kind of like you said with the breaking, same with the ska. If you were alive and old enough to see that and get a glimpse of it, then man, you know, you're lucky, you're stoked, because
Everything's short-lived.
yeah, and now
Kurt Cobain was. Jim
good
Morrison
point,
was.
Good point.
You know,
Good
even
point.
someone like, I mean, Elvis was around for a while,
Yeah.
but it's because he took a break for 7 years to do movies.
That's a
'Cause
great
he had
point.
a fucked up manager that didn't want to go overseas because he couldn't get back in the country. Yada yada yada. You know all that story. So it's kind of like, yeah, everything's kind of short-lived. Even
That's
the first
true.
generation of BMX bike riders is very like. When I look back, but as a kid, these kids that see these things, it's high school. 4 years is a long time. But the reality is, when you get our age, it's like you see these throwbacks on Instagram. This happened 9 years ago, and you're like, "What? That seems like yesterday." You know, it's like time goes quicker when you get older.
It totally
But when you're
does.
young, it's like you feel like it's just this thing that's just high school is just dragging on. You know, and realistically, things aren't. You know, to be in the scene as long as we have is a blessing. To be involved and still be playing gigs, still be out there doing stuff, because a lot of people are very short-lived.
That's true.
Or they give up, you know.
That's right.
So back to your story, though. So then you went ska. So then you're trying to do a ska band, right? Okay. And then, so where did that come in where you're like, okay, this ain't working with ska, I need to try something else? And by the way, I wanted to ask you, did you always want to be in a band, or is this something that's just kind of fell in your lap?
Yeah.
You dreamed like, I want to be in a band, and you're trying to figure out what kind
I
of...
always wanted to be in a band. Yeah.
So you had all these different types of style of music you like.
Yeah.
So you're trying to figure out what you want to play.
you know, it's a good. So, but that PMA, right? But music was my thing, and it always gave me a place to go, and it was my savior. And I didn't know a lot about history, and I didn't know a lot about, you know, geographical stuff, but I could tell you who played on like Ozzy's 83 Bark at the Moon guitar, you know, like, so that was like where I really kind of registered and it found something that was very special to me, right? And so when the ska thing didn't work out, I went on with my life and just whatever, got a job and, you know, dropped out of high school. And then I started...
What grade did you drop out?
Like right around 11th. I got a job. You know, it was tough. You know, my mom, we were doing better, but it was just...
And it was just a single mom. You're the only kid?
Yeah, my dad's a Mexican dude. My dad's full-blown Mexican. My mom's white. Dad's up in Colorado. And he was never really around. Had a couple stepdads that were super cool dudes. And, you know... So the music obviously was my thing. So I moved out like really early. Like I turned 18 and I was gone. I got an apartment. I was washing cars at a Chevrolet dealership, you know, and I got in a little bit of trouble and I went to juvenile hall and I got out and I found skateboarding and I just skated ditches. And then I got in like racing Volkswagen Bugs, and that was like my thing forever. And then started, you know, but always still loved music, right? But just never did anything. And then I joined like a grunge band. Like with
Dang,
like these.
you did all kinds of shit.
Yeah, dude.
Breakdancing.
I
grunge,
joined
metal.
a grunge band and played bass.
You're like fucking
Yeah.
guy for hire.
I like
Any-
a
any band
Jamaican.
you want,
Like
dude.
a Jamaican.
Yeah, you should do outfits. Like you should dress up as Jamaican and be like, yeah, man, I could play reggae, yeah. Then you can dress up as ska, I'm a rude boy. And dress up in metal with a wig and a bandana. Like, I'm all about fucking
And they go punk.
GNR,
Right.
Yeah, hire me. That's where I'm at with my life.
Yeah.
You're gonna see this on my Instagram when you post. Like, hire me for this band. I
know,
can sing these styles.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And then I played with like these high school kids, and I was like 3 years older than them.
Did you sound like Pearl Jam?
No, dude, it was so Nirvana. Like it was crazy how like I'm gonna text you.
You were
I
like,
have it on cassette.
and
I don't even like Nirvana.
Nirvana.
I'm not a Nirvana guy. So that band, like,
You're not a Nirvana guy?
no, I'm not really into them. Not
I
really.
like a couple of songs, but some of the stuff.
I like the Bleach record.
I'm sure I'm gonna have a shitload of people hate me for saying this, but I don't know. I like some of it, but after a while, I just feel like it's kind of like whining and shit.
Yeah, Soundgarden was my band out of that genre.
So bad, you're gonna hate me. I don't care. You know.
Soundgarden was my band out of that genre, and then I joined a band out of Huntington Beach called the Scabs, and that was it. They were a little bit more established. We were playing bigger. We were playing with all the classic rock bands and the classic punk bands, not classic rock, like the Dead Kennedys and RKL and Sham 69 and DI. And then that was the turning point into the punk rock world. I was very late to the punk party, but at that point is when and I was still just playing bass. That's when I knew that, okay, like I never looked at being like a big rock star or nothing. I just wanted to play. And to me, the funnest thing was to see kids slam dance to your music. That's all I ever wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, the energy. And I
the energy.
I just want to say this so it's cleared up so anyone listening. I like Nirvana. What I meant by whining is I can only handle his voice for a little bit.
For sure.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like him, but like I don't really like, there's only a couple songs that I really like.
And I'm the same way. Like I like the Bleach
I'm not
record.
saying whine. I didn't mean like whining him, like whining. Like, oh, poor. I mean, it's just his voice is, to me, after a while, it's just
For sure.
I like it. He's good, but
Very good.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best.
Yeah.
I mean, he changed the whole world.
Yeah.
I mean, he knocked the metal scene off the map.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to give him credit for that.
Yeah. I give him credit all day
Yeah,
long. Yeah. More people listen to Nirvana than Good Guys in Black, so I give you props.
Dude, I got to give you props on that new mic stand you got. I was looking at that thing the other day going, wait, that's a frame and that's a wheel tied at the bottom? That thing's so dope, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man.
That thing's
yeah.
rad.
Yeah, that thing's pretty cool.
I was totally tripping out on that the other day on your Instagram. I was like, that thing's sweet. That's
so
such a great idea, too.
Thanks, dude. So then, and by the way, like, I feel really bad for saying that about Nirvana because I do like them.
Don't trip. You're not
I think
alone.
it's just going to come across the wrong way.
Nah, everybody gets it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that are our age kind of feel the same.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
You are who you are.
That's right.
So the band you're in now, Toxic Energy, type of music, punk music.
Yeah.
Is this where you feel the most, where you found what you wanted to do?
Yeah, this is probably the
Through all the things you tried?
Yeah, the most success I've ever had playing in a band. Yeah, it's crazy like to think about this band. Like we've had people like The Offspring's helped us out, Bad Religion's helped us out. The fact that these guys even know who our band is, TSOL, Death by Stereo, Kevin Lyman, The Warped Tour. I mean, all of these people that know who we even are is like half of the battle. We're playing Punk in the Park next week with all these bands, and we've worked so hard just to be on that flyer. So, yeah, like having, like you said with the SiriusXM thing, Noodles and Dexter did a Sirius takeover, and they're all, this is a band we like out of Orange County, and they played us. And I'm forgetting bands.
You guys gonna go on your own tour soon, or
we've done a couple runs. Fletcher
or you just play more local shows for you guys?
I'm not big on the whole touring thing. No, my drummer is.
Why is that?
Let me rephrase it. I am if the juice is worth the squeeze. If it's the right show. Like if it is like a Pennywise saying, hey, we want you out for a few dates or something like Voodoo.
The juice is worth the squeeze. I've never heard that one.
Yeah. It's got to make sense.
Yeah.
To me, I'm very business oriented. And because there's a lot that goes into being on the road. There really is.
Can you use the juice is worth the squeeze a different thing? like and it like if someone asks you out on a date and you got to be like, is the juice worth the squeeze?
That's a good one.
Yeah. Hey, you want to meet me up on the strip and we get some food? I don't know. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Nirvana's juice was worth the squeeze.
Go back to the
I like
Nirvana.
that shit. Yeah, I know. I feel like I put my foot on. I like him. That's what people think I'm talking shit. I'm not talking bad about Kurt Cobain. He's fucking awesome. Right?
They all were.
Yeah. Anyways.
So, like, if
Back to the juice.
yeah, back to
You
the
like it a juice?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's put them together. Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Is the juice worth the squeeze?
You like it a juice? I like it a juice. You like it a juice? I like it to squeeze.
Imagine saying that to like Fletcher asking you, "Hey, you band want to open up for us?" I don't know. Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Or if you're at the airport, you can be upgraded to first class. Well, is that juice worth the squeeze? Like, what'd you say to me, fool? I'm gonna get a fight.
Oh, that's great. Oh man, that's great.
Some harassment charges with that line. Anyhow, so where were we at? Oh, so back to your band.
Yeah, just like all these super rad bands that have helped us out and been in our corner, whether it is, the TSOLs or the Pennywises or Offsprings or Kevin Lyman's put us on some great shows, you know. So we're so fortunate. And so Voodoo Glow Skulls has been huge for us.
Hey, George was on here.
Oh, yeah. He's
George came on the podcast. He's on the wall somewhere.
Yeah.
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 I'm actually getting ready to do their thing and Bullhead. Yeah, Bullhead, Arizona.
Yeah, it's rad.
I played there years ago, and Frank and George, they're putting on an event, and if it goes good, you should hit them up because they're going to do more events.
Oh, cool.
This first one, they got I know Voodoo Glow Skulls is playing. I forgot who else. I think Louis Seidels. It's like November 1st or something like that. 1st. And so they want me to host it.
Nice.
So it's kind of like, and then if that goes well, they'll have more, and then they'll have more. They say, oh, your band could play next time.
Rad.
So I'm kind of be like MC jokes in between, kind of just keep it light and fun. Yeah, so we're going to do a podcast from there. So anyways,
very cool.
So the reason I brought it up because I see your shirt. You said Voodoo Glow Skulls.
Yeah, those are my
you
homies.
You should hit them up,
yeah,
and I
my
want to
dogs.
give them a shout out too. If you're in Bullhead, November 1st, come to their event.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. It's called it's a name, Day of the Crazies, but it's in Spanish. What would you say? How
I don't
would you
know.
say that? Yeah.
I would like to give love to the brothers. Their mother just passed away. So my condolences to the brothers in Voodoo. Everyone, the whole band, the whole family. The whole
I didn't
crew.
know that, really.
Yeah. Those, Eddie and Frank and George have been so instrumental in my world too,
Wow.
One of the first shows we ever played was with them and One Less Zero, and in their backyard, and it went off. Those guys are just the raddest guys.
They're king of DIY. Well, how do you say it, Jeff?
It's Dia de los Locos Festival with Authority Zero, Voodoo Glow Skulls, Louis Seidel, and others.
Oh, that'd be rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta hit 'em up.
Reach out to them
Yeah, for
because
sure.
they said if that one goes good, which, in that area, it probably will do good.
Yeah.
They're going to do more.
Cool.
So it might be something you could line up and talk to those
Big
guys.
time, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that I didn't know that happened to them. They're great guys. Yeah. God
Great
bless.
guys, great
Yeah.
band. So glad Frank's back. Love Ephraim. He held it down. But, sometimes, those are big shoes to fill. And
It's hard for,
it's
what also
hard.
too it is, I say this all the time because you sing,
Yeah.
you're the singer in your band.
Yeah.
You can't be hired sometimes because your voice is so distinctive to the band.
Yeah.
Like your guitar playing can be,
Sure.
but it's different. It's
yeah.
like if you're a bass player, you could be hired for bands if you wear the right fucking uniform of that band and play the songs,
Right.
and you just kind of get hired, right? You do your thing, but as a vocalist, you can't. You gotta So sometimes if you're in that many bands, it's hard to distinguish the bands.
That's right.
Because your voice is gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because
Yeah,
I felt like if I
totally.
was in 3 bands right now, I would still be like, they all sound like me.
Right. And
You
that's
know?
that's valid. It's so true.
It's just hard when you're a
Yeah.
vocalist to be hired and think that someone's not gonna think of another band you're
Yeah.
in. You know,
Yeah.
it's just naturally gonna be
Yep.
that way because you're the voice of the thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Ephraim. I don't know how he did it. He came on the show too. I don't know how.
Love that guy so much as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell he did like that many bands and still was able and still did program skate shop and still I love that guy. He's amazing.
Talk about a guy that's always in gratitude.
Oh, he's the best, dude.
He's
I
the
love.
best.
Shout out to Ephraim.
Shout out to Ephraim. Their Death by Stereo is the first band that took us on tour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and showed us how to do it. Yeah.
Is his mic good right now, or is it too low?
No, you
You'll be like, you'll sound like a mouse.
There you go.
Are we
Yeah.
good? Make
Yeah.
me. You got to make me sound tall.
You're tall, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 foot's huge. It's better than 3'9". You know?
That's right. I just beat dwarfism.
Hey, everybody's got to beat something.
That's
you know what I mean?
right.
So anyhow, back to Nirvana. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
I mean, I'm just saying. He had it all. I'm just jealous. He's good looking. You know, I don't know. But things are short lived. Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix.
Randy Rhoads.
It is, you know.
Yeah.
You know, when you get a career that's like a long, you know, I think the key to having a career in anything that you do is two things to me that are very important, or maybe more than that, but these two come to mind. Be honest with yourself and reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
Because if things ain't working the way you are, the way they have been, me musically, things haven't been working for a long time. And I'll tell you why. Because I was raising kids. I couldn't go anywhere. You say you don't want to tour. I do.
Yeah.
I toured for 25 years straight. I had to stop to raise kids.
No, I said I would if the juice was worth the squeeze.
That's true, you did. So what does that mean, though? You mean like private jets and that kind of shit?
No, it's just
filet mignon,
No, I'm
like
not gonna
midnight?
go out.
What's
I'm
going
not
on?
going to go to Texas to play with 2 local doll hut bands. Like, there's got to be a headliner.
Well, they got
you know.
some sick fucking
Yeah.
Tex-Mex down there.
Yeah, I mean,
You
and
know
no
what I mean? The
disrespect to the
fucking
local
food's great,
bands.
you know?
No disrespect to the local bands. It's just the juice has to be worth the squeeze.
Listen, dude, there's lots of juice to squeeze in Dallas.
Now I put my foot in my mouth.
Yeah, well, okay, I get it. Okay, so here's the thing. If things aren't working the way you wanted to do, you have to change it up.
That's
and
right.
Quickly. You got to do it quickly because life is so fast. The longer you hang out thinking that things are going to come around the way that you want them to, they're not.
Yeah.
And so you got to stay on your path. It's like coming up to something, there's a hurdle. It's like you jump over it, go around it, go under it, do whatever you got to do to get around that fucking thing to keep going on your path. Or if
Yeah.
it shoots you this way for a minute, to get back to this way. And so I think that that's like, you know, so I mean, you gotta juice it and you gotta squeeze it.
That's
I think those are the two main things.
And I'm down to go on the road. I mean, I talked to Jim from Pennywise.
Have you ever
not too
toured?
long ago. Yeah, TSOL, Death by Stereo. We've done a lot of runs, you know, and we will do it again. We just would prefer to go out with like a good headliner.
Would you go overseas?
No, just all around here. Would I go overseas?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
I was gonna say, what
yeah.
do you
well,
fucking,
we got hit up to go.
you're
we
not
got
gonna be
hit
able
up
to get
do
back
a-
in the country or what?
No. I would totally be down. Oh yeah, big time. Because those are
You didn't get the
opportunities
joke.
you'll never
You didn't
get.
get the joke.
I didn't hear you. What?
I said you can't get back in the country or what?
Oh no.
I'm joking.
No. Yeah, I'd totally be down.
What's that?
The Colonel.
Oh yeah, like Elvis. That's what that was. Because you know Elvis's
Yeah.
manager was that way.
What?
He was here illegally. He didn't have citizenship, and so he diverted Elvis from ever. You know the rumors and the stories told is that he diverted him a lot of ways. He helped him in a lot of ways with merchandising, the first to do that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
right? And to be Elvis Presley and be this white guy doing this thing, but like he diverted him a lot from going overseas. Elvis never went overseas. I think he went to Hawaii
I did not
once.
know that.
Because if the Colonel went out of the country, he couldn't get back in. So that's why Elvis started acting and doing all these movies. And then he ended up, from what I understand from the movies and stuff and stories, is he ended up owing the Colonel as manager so much money. And then that's why he got landed in Vegas, was really to pay his manager back.
Really?
And Vegas was kind of like the downward spiral of his career, I think.
I had
Because,
no
you know,
idea.
like that lifestyle, you stay up all night and you sleep all day and then you come out and you're the king and it's just he was the first to do everything. Elvis was the first, but he was the first to have a shitty ass manager. Some aspects of it were. Other aspects were, I'm sure he made him a lot of money. You know, he came up with the "I hate Elvis Presley" stickers because Elvis wasn't selling merch. He used the reverse psychology to sell merch. So he did some cool shit.
Yeah.
But that's what I was joking about you. It's like you go overseas, you're gonna be able to, you know,
Right.
you're telling your band's like, let's go to Switzerland. Like, nah, I can't do it. You're trying to hold the band back. I'm kidding.
No. I that's cool that you said that. I didn't know that. But yeah, dude, I would totally
Watch
be
the
down.
movies and shit. Yeah, there's a movie about it.
Yeah, well,
Movies are always true.
Mall Cop.
Look at E.T. Yeah, Mall Cop was totally true, bro.
But yeah, I would totally be down to tour if you know, obviously if it was the
The
right
juice is
opportunity.
with the squeeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. There's nothing better than being in the van with the guys on a road trip. I mean, it's the best. It truly is. And my guys, you know, everyone that's in the band is just great dudes and
You guys
good
fart a lot
attitudes.
probably in the bus.
No,
I've done it all, brother.
Yeah.
I've done vans. I've done cars. I've done the back of trucks, bed of trucks when we used to be able to sit in the bed of a truck and drive across the country and no cop would give you any static for it. Like we've done it all to the private jets to the buses.
Yeah.
But I think you should tour, bro, because that's the only way you're going to grow your band.
You know, it is
not the only way. You could grow it, but like people want to go see live music if you could get on some tours.
Well, and you know that's the thing too. Like I got really into I like being kind of behind the scenes. You know, a while ago I bought a music studio up in Huntington, and I started a record label in there, and it didn't go. It didn't go as good as I thought it was going to go. The rehearsal aspect did, but the music industry was changing at that time. That's when YouTube was really coming around, the whole Napster thing. So record labels were kind of like, So I just kept the rehearsal studio, and I got rid of the label, and
so you're like a little entrepreneur, dude.
Yeah.
You're always trying to do shit.
Yeah, the studio did well. I was very successful.
But you just started something new.
Well, so the record label I started when I was in the studio was called Hydra Records.
Got it.
And I had, you know, I had a lot of great things in the works, but again, the whole indie world was the whole world was changing. Everything was getting real indie, you know.
Well, you're saying indie, you mean people would just do it themselves.
Doing it themselves.
Yeah.
Record labels were kind of almost like not needed unless you were like Epitaph or something, right? So, and I'm not competing with those dudes. I wanted to help some local bands out. Like my studio, I had like the Dirty Heads coming through there. Rome was coming through.
So people would be like, well, why do this when we could just do our own thing?
That's
and
right.
Like, yeah.
So then I had the studio. I ended up getting rid of the studio.
Yeah, keep talking.
And I took a gig with Live Nation at 5 Point Amp. And mind you, during all of this, I was like you. I was raising a family. I was raising kids, running another business. And then I got into, you know, some stuff with Live Nation at 5 Point Amphitheater in Irvine. And that was a 10,000 seater. And I was doing some production, some guest services, a little bit of talent.
So you like that stuff? You like the behind the scenes stuff?
I like being behind the scenes. I like the business aspect of the music.
You like it more
world.
than being on the stage? It's hard to do both.
It's hard to do both, but I don't know. That's a tough question. I don't know what I like. Well,
not financially, just like the
no,
feeling.
I enjoy playing live, especially after this show with Mike V. I asked myself that about probably 2 or 3 months ago. I go, how much longer do I want to do this? You know, playing a band, and we played this show with them at the Garden Amp a couple weeks ago, and it was one of the best shows we've ever played, and I walked off just with this whole different like outlook on playing in a band. Not that I was done or I was quitting or anything, just that I was just like wondering, how long am I really going to do this for? But I've never got into it for money. I've never got into it for fame. I got into it because I love it.
I have.
You know, I mean, I like the money part.
No, I got into everything I do for the money and the fame.
Yeah.
All of it. That's
Well,
the only
you've already
reason.
got it though.
No, that's the only reason I started.
Was the juice worth the squeeze?
Oh, it was juicing, bro. I was juicing at a young age, bro.
That's right. I love it.
No, I get you. I understand what
Yeah.
you're saying. Yeah, I mean, when you're on the production side of things, you know, and it's a lifestyle too, especially if you're production, if you're touring or you're part of events, you're part of like, you know, you're still in the mix, but you're not actually performing, but you're still in the moment, and you get to see these bands and people play. I don't know who's in front of my house that's going on here, but somebody's just hanging out in front of my house, this Ring camera. But, it's because they're cutting the grass. Okay, my bad, dude. Bad timing. Jeff, mental note. On Wednesdays at noon, never do a podcast again. Anyhow, but when you're performing, you know, like we were saying with Mike V, you know, he was helping. Sorry, man.
It's cool.
I tried to turn down the volume, but for some reason it's not turned down. Is you wear these production hats. You know, I did a skate park tour years ago where I hit 60 skate parks and 3 separate tours. Monster sponsored. I had my own tour bus, but I also booked it. I called the parks myself, booked it, hosted it, helped judge it, got local bands to play. My band played. You understand what I'm saying? Too much. So I know what you mean. It's kind of cool putting something together and being part of something behind the scenes. But there's something really special about being on stage. And you said, like, people jump into your music and,
Well,
and
yeah.
mosh pit to your stuff. That's
Yeah.
priceless.
And I do all the business for the band. I do all the booking. I've set up all the shows. I'm the
Did
guy.
you start the name?
Yeah.
So do you own all the music,
Yeah.
or you guys own it together?
So a few of the songs I had from another project that I brought in, and then everything else we wrote together. But I just I do all the business. You know, I'm the guy after the Mike V show that's texting Mike V, thanks for the gig.
No, I get it.
But I couldn't do it without the guys in the band, because those are my brothers, my soldiers. You know, without those guys, I got a drummer that's like clockwork. You know, I got a bass player that's clockwork.
I get
You know,
it.
so without those
But
guys,
someone's
I got
gotta
nothing.
someone's got to take the lead,
Right.
and it can't be everybody,
Right.
Because then it gets too confusing and too
Right.
frustrating.
And that's right. And we all wear a really good hat at this time in the band and carry our own weight. But you know, I wanted
it's a business too, though. When
It's
you
a
start,
business.
When you start making money and playing
It's
gigs,
a business.
Yeah.
And you have to treat it like a business, and you have to know how to deal with people in the music industry. I mean, let's remember the second word is business, music business. You know, as you know all this, you know, but that's why
Would that be the same kind of business if it was monkey business?
maybe Skid Row.
Yeah. Wait,
That's a great song, by the way, too.
What?
Monkey Business by Skid Row.
Is that? Oh, I was just joking.
You never heard it?
No, I was just
Oh,
using
that's
the
a-
phrase
that
like,
song
this is monkey
rips.
business.
That's on rips. So that's why I started the promotions company, Hydra Promotions. I took the record label. I started doing this, and I got a couple really rad shows under my belt right now that are
So
coming
that's
up.
what Hydra Promotions is putting on
Hydra
shows.
Music Group, yeah.
Hydra.
Yeah, promotions. I've never liked the
Hydra
word
Music Group.
Hydra Music Group.
And so
Hydra, yeah.
Hydra, and that's to put on shows.
Yep.
Or to hire bands to
Nope.
do the whole thing, or to run a show, or to do your own shows.
Almost like promoting.
Got it.
Strictly promoting,
To
putting
promote
shows
your own
together.
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I just landed a Dickies show. I'm working on. I got a Vandals thing that I'm going to be working on. I got a couple really good
Let's get
things.
some good guys in black.
Yeah,
and,
oh,
come on,
absolutely,
bro. Come
without
on,
a doubt,
bro.
without a doubt.
Come on, let's go.
That's without a doubt, and you know that. And so yeah, that's kind of where my head's at right now. I want to do that. I'm kind of taking a little break from radio, and I'm gonna put
Sounds
all,
to me like
yeah.
that's the direction you're going.
It is.
Above all of it. It's just the production side of it.
Yeah, because I can do it all on my own. You know, I control a lot of it from my phone while I'm on the road already. So, you know, with that in the band, that keeps me really busy. And I got, you know, the thing with the whole deal was I was helping other dudes put shows together. You know, and I don't mind that, but I'm
Yeah.
like, why am I helping when I could just do it myself?
Yeah.
You know, I already got the connections. You know, if I hit a roadblock, I could hit Joe from the Vandals, Kevin Lyman. Hey, what's your best professional recommendation in a situation like this? And they'll give it to me.
Bro, if you know the bands and you know the production and you've layered it and you know people and you could ask questions and then you know the talent and the venue, there's no reason why if that's the role you want to take, there's no reason why don't do it yourself. That's the whole country we live in is DIY. Start things yourself, do things yourself. You know, I like that. I like that about you. You seem like the type of person that's always exploring things that you want to do, and you're not waiting for someone to tell you what you need to do. You're just trying all these different things out. And that's what's cool about it is because that's what I like about you is because that's what more people should be that way if they're not already. Like, you know, you just go through these phases of life, but you're still involved with what you want to do about helping you, you know, remembering where you came from and remembering like,
Big
you know,
time,
like, okay, this is what helped me. This would save my life. I still want to be part of this. And that's cool because a lot of people let go of things, man. And I always stress a lot, like life is so short.
Very short.
Like don't let go of your shit. And it's cool you're reinventing yourself.
We get one go around on this planet. We got to make it count.
I'm on my second.
Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Listen, I'm juicing hardcore right now. I'll tell you right now, juice. I think you're doing steroids. I've been juicing. Do people that do steroids do that?
I don't
Yo, you want to do steroids? Is the juice worth the squeeze, homie? I don't know, brother.
I'm going to start a podcast. Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Yeah. Well, that raises an eyebrow. Like, what's this guy? Is this some like weird
right.
shit? What is this guy talking about? Yeah. Anyhow, I don't know where I was going with it, but that's cool that you. Where can someone find if someone's listening right now and they're like, hey, we want to be part of something you're doing, or we want to see what you're about. Do you have is it just your Instagram, or is there
No,
one
I
for?
got at Toxic Energy Band, at Hydra Music Group, and then at Greg Dickson.
Okay, Dickinson. It's Dickinson.
Dickson, yeah.
It's Dickinson, by
Yeah.
the way.
Dixon.
Oh,
Not
my
like
bad.
Bruce Dickinson. So that's kind of where I'm going right now with this. And
So Hydra is a
stoked.
place where someone could go
Yeah.
to check out your band. Is Toxic Energy,
Yep.
and then yours is,
Just Greg Dickson.
and then the
Hydra Music Group.
Hydra.
Hydra. It's a Greek mythology. It's a 9-headed dragon, and every time you cut one off, 2 more grow back. So you can never kill it.
Whoa.
Strong, huh?
What if you just throw a stick of dynamite at it? You don't
I
cut
don't-
off the head.
That's a good one. You better ask Jet GPS.
Who came up with this shit?
I don't know,
What if
dude.
someone just threw a pipe bomb with this bitch? You know what I mean? Here they come. They're after me. They heard about the M80s. So cool, dude. I'm glad you stopped by.
Yeah,
Is there- is
dude,
there- is
thanks
there-
so much. I really appreciate this.
So Hydra,
Hydra.
and then Toxic Energy's playing Punk at the Park.
Yeah.
It's Punk in the Park.
It's October 4 and 5.
October. Say it again.
October 4 and 5. We play on the 5th with Descendants and Interrupters. The day before is Pennywise, Bad Religion, or the headliners, and there's a grip of locals. There's so many great bands. It's probably one of the biggest I think they've done.
Yeah, so it's Punk in the Park is
Yeah.
awesome, man. Cameron that puts that on is the bomb.
Yeah.
And this one's
Good
in
dude.
San Pedro.
This one's in San Pedro. Yeah.
So anyone listening, go to San Pedro, October 4th and 5th.
I hope to see you there.
Oh, I'm going to be there. Yeah,
Rad.
and Monster's sponsoring it, so I'll be down there
Sweet.
hanging out.
Yeah.
And I played Punk in the Park a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, it's always,
Yeah,
Those are
we're-
all a lot of my favorite bands. So
Yeah, it's really great. We're stoked. We've had a couple bangers, the last few months. So this one really is it's a great way to end the year, I mean, we got one more after this, I think, but this is definitely one for the books.
sick.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
it's
gonna be there. I'll
dope.
check you guys out.
Yeah, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
dude, because
Appreciate
I
that.
guarantee your juice is definitely worth the squeeze.
Don't forget it.
I want to use that line.
I might
bro.
play a Nirvana cover for you.
Do it. Hey, let's
What
do.
do you think?
What?
East LA?
You want to squeeze me?
You want to squeeze me? This is
right.
never gonna end.
We're out of here, dude. Thanks
Thank
a lot
you,
for
bro. I
watching.
love you, bro.
Yeah, I love you too,
Appreciate it.
dude. Thanks for coming,
All right, man.
rolling through,
one
bro.
One love.
Check him
Thank
out.
you so much.
Check out his band. Don't listen to half the shit I say because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. No. Thanks a lot for listening. This is Rick Thorne. Stay rad. Peace out. Ow!
Everybody ready? Come on, let's go.